Hello, folks. Welcome to day 8 of Getting Connected to Your Inner Compass. I'm Stacy. I had some morning messages this morning. Did you have some morning messages? If you did, let me know. This morning, the first thing that I heard as I was waking up was that today is my mother's birthday, and she passed away 20 years ago. 20 years ago in 2004, so almost 20 years. And so this is a little bit heavy, at least for me. But I thought, okay, it's a perfect way to talk about connection to your internal self, because who doesn't influence you and color your internal world more than your own mother? I know for me, I could do a whole course on the mother, the aspect of being a mother myself, and the aspect of having a mother, and also having a mother that passed away so early in my life. I was just around the age of 30. So there is a mother card in the creation codes. I will show this to you. It is beautiful, created by Miss Micah, number 20, the mother. And it involves the triple goddess, the maiden mother crone archetypes, as well as one that I added because I think is very necessary, which is the queen archetype. So that is why the mother is in our deck, because we do talk a lot about archetypes in our creation codes deck. But there's also so much richness about being a mother. For me, as far as I'm concerned, there is no greater love than a mother's love for their child. And lately, I have been second guessing a lot of the choices that I've made for my own child, and revisiting and rehashing, and none of that is helpful, and I understand that. But let me know if you do that as well, right? Where you think that you're making the right decision, and then it could be a day later, it could be a decade later, you realize maybe it wasn't the best decision, but then you have to ask yourself, what now, right? So we made decisions in the past that we thought were the best decision at the time, or we were doing the right thing at the time, and then it turned out maybe there was a better, more ideal option, or maybe there wasn't. We're never gonna know, right? The decisions that you make, you're never gonna know what your alternative timeline for sure would have looked like. You just don't know. And that's the part of the trust in God, and trust in your higher self, and trust in your own guided path, connecting to your inner compass. That's why it is so important to connect to your center and make those decisions of your life from your center, and not from fear and loss, or fear of loss, right? So there's so much to unpack with that maybe I will leave to the side, and we can discuss in depth at a later date, because these I would like to keep short. So we're talking about the mother. I'm thinking about my own mother. This is the week of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is in 2 days in the US. So a lot of people are heading back to their family of origin this week. They're heading back, visiting their mothers, visiting their parents, their extended families, and a lot comes up. A lot comes up when you have been on a path for so long, and you've lived on your own for so long, and then you return to your childhood influences that may or may not have changed in the course of however many years since you've been out of the house. And it's hard to return to that energy, right? You have grown, and your vibration is higher, your frequency is higher, and then you have to return back to an environment that is of a lower vibration or a lower frequency. And maybe that's not the case for you, but it is for most people. And that's the disconnect. That's what happens when people dread going back to see family for the holidays. It's that you get sucked into all of the drama, all of the old stories that people in lower vibrations don't want to let go of, because that is the image, and that is the person that they knew as you. And so if you have grown, which you obviously have, and you are a different person now, it's hard for our loved ones to accept that you are your own person and you've made yourself a success without them. Which isn't true. It's not without them. They are your foundation, but you've definitely grown your wings elsewhere. So it is very tough, to say the least, about it's very tough to say the least about how to be able to try and even connect. Most of us try and just survive the holidays with family that maybe we don't get along with. I'm actually not personally in that situation, but so many people are. So I can completely understand. So the best thing that we can do is to just have awareness that that is what's going on. People don't want us to change. People don't want us to grow, because that creates fear if they are not doing the same. And just acknowledge it, know that that's where this all comes from, and that you are the bigger person and you are able to survive and even possibly thrive in the situation, and try and inject a little humor. Humor is a great diffuser, and it is a way to just keep the lightheartedness going if things get heated at the dinner table. So just remember humor, remember your awareness, remember your grounding and your belly breath exercises. All of these things help. And the other thing you can do is close your eyes and ask for help from your higher self, from God, from the Divine Mother, from whoever it is that you call on in the unseen world. Ask for help. Ask for a sign that you're not alone. Ask for something funny to come across your path to relieve stress in the situation. Tap into the magic of your imagination to get through this holiday season, this Thanksgiving, this whatever you're celebrating, with some levity and in a different way. Try and approach this holiday season in a different way than you have in the past. I know I'm going to, and I've slowly tried to do that. My mom died on December 29th, 2004. So it was smack dab in the middle of the holiday season between Christmas and New Year's. And so literally for a decade, I just couldn't deal with it. And I drank myself silly just to numb the pain. I did that for an entire decade. So I totally get doing the same thing over and over and nothing changes. And it wasn't until I approached it differently with a whole lot of soul searching and asking for help from the Divine Mother and from my higher self to get through and to look at it differently. So I invite you to look at this holiday season, this Thanksgiving, differently, and know that there is love at the core of the people that you are with for Thanksgiving or for whatever holiday you are celebrating. There is love at the core. So I think tomorrow I am going to dabble in the ancestors card because it is the day before Thanksgiving. But for today, send your mom some love. She is one of the foundational parts of who you are as a person. And the affirmation, I will leave this with you for the mother card. I accept my mother as the perfectly imperfect person she was and appreciate all she has done for me in my life. So that is what I'm doing today on my own mother's birthday. She would have been 81 today. And I'm sending you love and support and a little bit of levity for this week with your ancestors and your relatives. So be well, everybody. Happy day 8, and I will see you tomorrow for day 9 of the Getting Connected Challenge. Be well.